Welcome to your 2021 open enrollment. Here are the list of items that we will review today. Your medical changes from Aetna to Blue Cross Blue Shield. We'll go over the dental and vision, and then some voluntary plan changes, and then due dates. Open enrollment starts today and will terminate on December 9th, which means you have until that day to complete your enrollment form and return it to your CBR HR representative. In regards to eligibility, all employees that have met their eligibility criteria are eligible for benefits, aside from yourself, legal spouse, domestic partner, and children up to the age of 26. Keep in mind all of the benefits that you will be enrolling in are effective January 1st, 2021, and you are locked in for a full 12 months. If you need to make changes to your benefits, you cannot do so unless you experience a qualified event. On the screen, you'll notice some of those examples: marriage, divorce, birth of a child. You have 31 days from the date of that event to notify your HR team that you would like to review your benefits and potentially make changes. Next, we're going to go over the 4 medical plans that are being offered. The first plan is a PPO 6350. Now, this is going to be a national plan, which means it's a national network. It is available throughout the United States. It also has the Phoenix Children's in the network, and it also has the Mayo Clinic in the network in this plan. So you do have 2 plans that are being, or excuse me, 2 networks that are being offered today. This plan is a $6,350 individual deductible and $12,700 family deductible. Now, if you meet that deductible, you will have also met your out-of-pocket maximum, which means at that point you are covered at 100%. On this plan and all of the plans, the preventative care services, age-appropriate screenings, lab work, and immunization are going to be covered at 100% without any copays or before your deductible. If you need to go see your doctor on this plan, or a walk-in clinic, minute clinic, little clinic, it's going to be a $25 copay. Specialist $50, urgent care $75, and your emergency room copay is $250. On this plan, when you have to worry about your deductible is major medical, so hospitalizations, surgeries, MRIs, CAT scans, things of that nature. If you never need to use those services, you will not have to worry about your deductible. You also have pharmacy available at copay, so your generics are going to be up to $10 copay. Your preferred brand name is $35 copay. Your non-preferred brand name between $60 and $120. And if you're taking any type of specialty medication, there's 4 additional tiers that you can review on your summary benefit of coverage attached to the email. The next plan is the $2,500 Alliance plan. So this is using the Alliance network in the state of Arizona. So this is going to include all of your banner facilities, University Medical Center, Dignity Health, Honor Health. Those are all the major hospitals in the network. And of course, there's many providers within the valley as well. The urgent cares across the valley, the banner urgent cares are all going to be in the network. If you have dependents that are outside of the service area, outside of Arizona or outside of Maricopa County, they will default to the national network. So there is no reason why they should ever see a provider outside of the network. Again, this is a $2,500 individual deductible, $5,000 family deductible. If you meet that deductible, you'll go into the coinsurance and you'll pay 30% until you meet the out-of-pocket maximum. Keep in mind on these plans, all of your copays, your coinsurance, and your deductible all go towards meeting your out-of-pocket maximum. So it starts to chip away at that dollar amount. Again, on this plan, when you have to worry about your deductible is major medical, surgery, inpatient services, hospitalization. If you go to the emergency room and have to be admitted, staying overnight, that will start to kick in for your deductible, MRIs, CAT scans. If you need lab work on this plan or any of the 2 plans here on the screen, lab work is going to be a copay depending on where the services are rendered. So if it's outside of preventative and diagnostic, and you go to your doctor's office for a diagnostic visit, and you have to get a blood draw there, you're going to pay the office copay. Same with the specialist urgent care emergency room. On this plan, so your preventative, again, covered at 100%. Your age-appropriate screenings, lab work, those are covered before deductible. Office visits go to $30 and specialists go to $60. Your urgent care is the same at $75. Your emergency room is the same at $250, and your pharmacy is exactly the same also. On these two plans, if you're able to schedule your office visit, this is like a med check visit, or specialist visit, anything virtual, telephonically, until the pandemic is over, there is zero copay. Again, that's for your virtual care. So your regular doctor or specialist that needs to see you or go over lab work with you, and you can schedule that virtually, you'll have a zero copay. So we have two more plans to review. So the next plan here, again, both of the plans that are here on the screen are going to be again using the Alliance network. So again, that's the Banner facilities, Honor Health facilities, Cardin's Children, University Medical Center, and of course, all the network providers. So if you're covered today on a Banner plan with Aetna, this is going to be the same network. So this plan here is a high deductible health plan, which means you pay first dollar for all services with the exception of your preventative care services. So again, that's your age-appropriate screenings, lab work, and immunization. That again is covered before deductible at no cost to you. Also on this plan, preventative medications, prescriptions, those are also going to be covered without out-of-pocket cost. And FDA approved, FDA approved contraceptives, those are also going to be covered without deductible. So just to recap on this plan, all services are going to be first dollar. So you're going to pay the contract negotiated rate with those providers, with the exception of preventative care services, preventative drugs, and FDA approved contraceptives. Everything else is going to be the contract negotiated rate, or if it's pharmacy outside of preventative, you pay the full retail. This plan also allows you to open a health savings account, or HSA. You can put pre-tax dollars in that account to pay for services for yourself, spouse, or qualified dependents. And you can use those dollars for medical, dental, or vision. We'll go over the HSA in more detail on the next screen. The last plan is the PPO 6500. So again, this is using the Alliance network. Again, here the deductible $6,500 and the family deductible is $13,000. If you meet that deductible, you've also met the out-of-pocket maximum, which means again you're covered at 100%. When you have to worry about the deductible on this plan is going to be with major services, hospitalization, surgeries, babies, things of that nature. If you go to the emergency room and you have to be admitted, you're going to start to pay towards your deductible. Again, all copays go towards your out-of-pocket maximum. Preventive care services covered at 100% again. Your office visits, again, these are going to be your regular doctor visits, walk-in clinics is a $30 copay. Your specialist is a $65 copay. And same as the other two plans, if you can schedule those doctor visits virtually or telephonically, it's a zero copay till the end of the pandemic. Urgent care on this plan is $75 and emergency room is $250, and then the pharmacy is exactly the same. So it's either going to be up to $10 copay for generic drugs, brand name preferred $35, brand name not preferred between $60 and $120, and then we have 4 additional tiers under the specialty medication. Next, we're going to talk about the HSA or health savings account. So a health savings account is an account that you own where you may put pre-tax dollars into. So you can elect any amount coming out of your check pre-tax, so it lowers your taxable income, goes into a bank account that you own, and then you can start to utilize those dollars to pay for services when you enroll in a high deductible health plan. If you do not enroll in a high deductible health plan, you cannot open an HSA. So it has to be a high deductible health plan. So that leads me to the qualifiers. So in order to have an HSA, first you have to enroll in a high deductible health plan, which you have the option here. You cannot be covered under any other plan that is a non-high deductible health plan. So if you're enrolled with a spouse or you have access, TRICARE, any plan that has co-pays before your deductible, you are excluded from being able to open an HSA. Also, you cannot be enrolled in any part of Medicare. Now, if you're Medicare age but not enrolled in any part of Medicare, you can still contribute towards your HSA. And finally, you cannot be claimed as a dependent on another person's tax returns. If you meet the criteria, you can open your account, follow the directions on your benefit guide. The bank that we use is UMB. Again, you own this account 100%. It goes with you, stays with you. There is no use it or lose it provision. If you leave the company, that account goes with you. Those dollars go with you. The IRS does have some limits as to how much you can put into those accounts in a calendar year. So for the 2021 plan year, it's $3,600 as an individual or $7,200 as a family. Now, under IRS rules, a family is one plus a child, one plus a spouse, or an entire family. And if you are 55 or over and not enrolled in any part of Medicare, you can add an additional $1,000, making it $4,600 and $8,200. And as a reminder, the dollars that go into your HSA account are deducted from your paycheck and then they're available to use. So it's not all loaded at one time. It is deducted and made available as it's deposited. The next item is a flexible spending account, or FSA. Now, you can enroll in the FSA by itself without enrolling any other coverage. Again, you do not have to enroll in the medical, the dental, or the vision in order to qualify for this account, the flexible spending account. So in this account, you may have up to $2,500, and it is front-loaded on the card, which means when you receive the card in January, you will have the full $2,500 available. And then it's payroll deducted over the calendar year. There is a maximum rollover of $500 on this account, which means anything in excess of $500, you will lose if it's, if you haven't spent it down by December 31st of that current calendar year. If you leave the company, this does not go with you. It is turned off and you no longer have those funds available. And you may use these dollars to pay for medical services for yourself, your spouse, or dependents. You could also use it for dental and vision. You also have the dependent care FSA. So the dependent care is pre-tax dollars up to $5,000 in the calendar year that you may set aside to pay for qualified child care or elderly care services. So Blue Care Anywhere is going to be your new telemedicine provider. So the one we have today, Teladoc, is going away. This is the new telemedicine provider that's going to provide services for medical counseling and psychiatry. If you use these services, they are going to be at zero copay until the termination of the pandemic. So regardless of what plan you are enrolled in, you will have the ability to use these services at no cost to you. Their medical services, they can treat many items such as, cold, the flu, earache, if you need asthma medication, if you have a UTI, things that they can diagnose over the telephone that you know the symptoms of. They can send a prescription to the pharmacy that's closest to you. It's really good service to use when you're traveling as well. Counseling and psychiatry services, that particular counselor or psychiatrist will stay with you to the termination of the treatment plan or until they refer you out to an in-person provider. When you receive your ID card, you will get a welcome kit that will give you additional information on how to access this care. I would recommend downloading the app to your telephone as soon as you have the ability to do so in the next month. We're going to go over the dental plan. So no changes to the dental as you know it today in the services or the premium. They stay exactly the same. The PPO plan is your traditional dental plan, and it gives you $1,500 to use towards your dental services. Excuse me. And this is for you and every member enrolled in the plan. So if it's you, a spouse, and a child or children, each person has $1,500 to use toward to dental services. And then you have another $1,000 to use towards child orthodontia. And that's a one-time lifetime benefit per child. On this plan, your preventative care services, cleanings twice a year that you may schedule at any time, are covered at 100%. Your basic services, the cavity and emergency services, are covered at 80% and you pay 20%. Your major services, endodontics, periodontics, crowns, implants, dentures, are 50-50 cost share. If you utilize the basic services or the major services, you will have a one-time deductible of $50 as an individual or $150 as a family. The next plan is a DHMO plan. So on this plan, you do have to pick a primary dentist, and each person in your family may have their own dentist. You may also choose to change that dentist anytime during the calendar year. Now, if you enroll in the DHMO plan and do not pick a primary dentist, Delta Care USA will assign one based on your home zip code. Preventative care services, again, are covered at 100%, cleanings twice a year. Additional cleanings are going to be at a $45 copay. Your basic services, major services, and orthodontia are all covered at a fee schedule. And we'll go over that here. I'm sorry, I apologize for this. Go through that really quick. So the fee schedule looks like this. So you're going to find the dental code of the plan, the procedure that you need done, and then that's the cost associated with the treatment. It is not a benefit towards that, but it's a out-of-pocket cost to you. So again, everything is covered with the exception of implants, child orthodontia, adult orthodontia, teeth bleaching, additional cleanings, your preventative care, root canals, crowns, everything is going to be covered. You may use your HSA or FSA dollars to pay for these services. Your vision plan. So no change here to the vision plan. It is with iMed using the Insight network. So your eye exam at a $10 copay is available every 12 months. And it is going to be a rolling 12 months, which means if you had your eye exam on July 1st, 2020, you will have to wait until July 1st, 2021 or thereafter to get your eye exam. You have a $120 allowance to use towards your frames. And then your plastic single vision, bifocal, or trifocal are going to be covered at a $10 copay. Then you have an $80 allowance to use towards contacts, conventional and disposable, and that's available every 12 months in lieu of the lenses for your glasses. And then medically necessary contact lenses will always be covered in full. Life in AT&T, so some changes here. If you are enrolled today under the Unum Life Insurance, very important. If you are enrolled today under the Unum Life Insurance, you do have to complete a new MetLife enrollment form. If you have whatever amount you have and you just want to keep it, that will be grandfathered in. You do not have to answer any medical questions. If you're newly eligible or a new hire, you do have the ability to obtain up to 5 times your annual income, up to $200,000, no questions asked. Those that are enrolled in Unum and you want to add additional life insurance, as long as you don't exceed $100,000, you can increase. If you already have above $100,000 under Unum, you will be grandfathered in, no problem. Again, guarantee issue is 5 times annual earnings up to $200,000. For your spouse, $25,000. For children, $10,000. And there is no benefit reduction on the MetLife plans. I am going to bring up the MetLife enrollment form just so we're all familiar with it on what needs to be completed. So just bear with me as I pull that up. So this is going to be your MetLife enrollment form. This is what needs to be completed if you are enrolling or if you're just carrying over what you have with Unum. So we just need section 2 completed. Now, if you're a new enrollment, which means you're a new hire or you're enrolling for the first time, click the new enrollment box. We do need your annual salary or earnings. We do need that. Now, the annual earnings can be figured out with your base income, commission, and bonus. That may all be figured into this. If you have or enrolling, make sure you click the box. If you're enrolling for the first time, amount that you want here. If you just want to carry over what you have with Unum, just type in keep the same. Same goes with the spouse, the children. Next page is going to be your short and long-term disability. Then the next section that needs to be completed is going to be your beneficiary information. Reminder, you must complete this. And if you are married in the state of Arizona, it is a community property state, so your spouse should be first, and then you can add whomever you want after that. As you go through this enrollment form, here's the signature page for the life insurance. As you go through this packet, you will find additional information in regards to the coverages, the rates. So when you're looking up your rate, let's say you're 25 years old and you want to do $10,000 of life insurance. It's 68 cents, plus you want to make sure to add the AD&D portion, which is going to be 20 cents. So now it's 88 cents per $10,000. So very important there. Make sure you add the 20 cents here. So at, under 25 or 25, it's 88 cents. 20,000 is going to be $1.56. So you just add the 20 cents for the AD&D. Same goes for the spouse. If you want to enroll them, make sure you add the 20 cents. And then for children, that is figured here at the bottom. So children, either 1,000 or 10,000 of life insurance, it's 22 cents, and then 0.04 for the AD&D. And you pay the same rate regardless of how many children you have covered. I'm just going to go through this form since I'm on it. The short-term disability, so it is also moving to MetLife. So again, the short-term disability starts to pay you at the 14th day of disability, illness, or hospitalization. It covers 60% of your pre-disability earnings up to $1,000 a week. Now, pre-disability earnings are defined as your base, commission, and bonus. And how you enroll in that is you come here, you look for your age, and then you follow the simple calculation here. If you already have it and you want to keep it, you should not see any change in the cost for life, the short-term and long-term, unless you change age brackets. So if your birthday ends in a 0 or a 5 for 2021, or today, I should say, you'll see a difference in the premium. And then the long-term disability, same scenario. You're just going to come here, you're going to find your age, and then you do the simple calculation here, and you're good to go there. So going back to the presentation, the next is going to be the disability. So I kind of touched on the short-term a little bit, so I'll just refresh here. So it is moving to MetLife. It starts to pay at the 14th day of illness, hospitalization, or illness. It covers 60% of your pre-disability earnings. Again, that's going to be your base commission and bonus. Pays up to $1,000 a week, and it has an 11-week benefit duration period. And then I'll go over this at the end. The long-term disability starts to pay at the 90th day or the termination of the short-term disability. Again, 60% of your pre-disability earnings, which is to include your base commission and bonus, pays up to $7,500 a month, and this lasts up to age 65 or normal Social Security retirement age. If you're enrolled today in either the short-term or the long-term disability or both, you will have met the pre-X criteria. If you're enrolling for the first time, you will have a pre-X, which means if you saw a doctor, took medication, or were diagnosed with a condition 3 months prior to the effective date of this policy, and you went out on leave for that same condition in 2021, it would not be compensable, would not be paid. If it's something completely unrelated, it would be paid. If you are a new hire or newly eligible, your pre-X is waived. EAP, so the Employee Assistance Program. So this is free to all employees, regardless if they enroll in any of the services or not, or all employees, period. So make sure you provide this information to everyone so they can see what the EAP services are available and they can use them as needed. So the EAP services provides 3 face-to-face visits per issue per calendar year, so you can use it as much as you want. The website also has additional information that you can take advantage of, and I'll bring up a slide that illustrates that, what other services are going to be available. And again, this is at no cost to you, for yourself and your dependents. And again, to all employees, regardless if they enroll in the plans. So it is support link. So you have your short-term counseling, again, 3 face-to-face visits per incident, and there's many things that they cover. Again, this is going to be 100% confidential. No reporting. Nobody gets a phone call as to who called or why they called. You have free legal services, other referrals, childcare, elderly care, things of that nature. So it's a concierge type service, free financial services, and they have a really good web portal that you can go to and a mobile app, and where you may obtain also discounts for things such as movie theaters, amusement parks when they're open again, travel, purchasing of different things. This is the information you need to have handy. There's a phone number there, around the clock services. The username is always going to be CBR, all lowercase. Just keep that in mind when accessing the site. Okay, AFLAC. So we are going to speak to AFLAC. The plans with AFLAC are changing. So there are some changes to this. So what's changing is the plans are now going to be under a group platform, which means you have better services at less cost. The accident plan, this is just some of the information that is being offered, some of the coverage that is being offered. So the accident plan, if you're enrolled today, you do need to meet with an AFLAC consultant that will go over your current accident plan and potentially save you quite a bit of money on the new accident plan, and you have enhanced services and coverages. Also, the accident plan has an automatic accidental death benefit built in of $50,000 for your beneficiary. And then they pay for everything. So if you go into the hospital, let's say you're dirt biking and you fall, you injure yourself, you have to go to the hospital, your initial hospital visit, they pay you $1,250 for that initial visit into the hospital. You have to spend the night. And then it pays out depending on what else is going on during that incident or accident. Again, this is all for the accident policy. Hospital plan. So if you have the accident plan and the hospital plan and you end up in the hospital due to an accident, these two plans pay on top of each other. So you can have the $1,250 and the $2,000. So you're looking at $3,250 for an overnight stay in a hospital. That will help you offset the deductible if that's what you want to use it for. This is your money. It's an indemnity policy, so it pays you directly. It doesn't pay the doctors, hospitals, facilities, insurance company. The money goes straight to you, and you can use the money for whatever you want. Hospital plan, depending if you go into the hospital for other reasons, baby, surgery or planned surgery, things of that nature, it also will pay out. These plans are at guarantee issue right now, so it means no questions asked. The critical illness is now going to include the cancer coverage. So all the major illnesses are going to be covered. And then also, if you enroll in this plan, your children are also covered free. The short-term disability, if you're thinking about it and you want a one-on-one consultation with an AFLAC representative, I would highly recommend it because they do have other options for short-term disability. This is going to be for off-the-job illnesses for the short term. The accident plan is on or off the job, And also these are standalone plans, so you do not have to enroll in any of the other coverages in order to enroll in these. And also these plans have a wellness benefit built in, which means if you go get your annual physical, eyes checked, or teeth cleaned, you get a benefit from AFLAC paid to you. So those are the changes with AFLAC. You do need to set up an appointment with an AFLAC representative, and I'll bring this back. So in your packet, last pages is going to be your information. If you don't have AFLAC today and you want to meet with somebody, fill this out, get it back to us, or you can go directly to this link here, and hopefully it'll work for me. And it did. You can go directly to that link, and it brings you up to this time trade. Unfortunately, there's no appointments right now, so that means option number 2 is email Jose directly or call him directly, and he can talk with you in regards to what you have today and what the changes look like. Okay, that's what we just went over. United Pet Care, so if you have your pet enrolled today, there is going to be a slight premium increase of $1.40 per month, but these services are available. You do have to enroll online for these services. You do have to go to the website and enroll. You enter your zip code. It's going to bring a list of providers, perhaps that, you know, maybe you're using one of those providers already for your pets, which will make it easier for you to enroll, and you can start saving some money there. But the pet care covers dogs, cats, pockets, pets, reptiles, rabbits, ferrets, no breed exclusion, and no pre-existing limitation on the pets. Your ID Shield and Legal Shield are both covered. The Legal Shield is a suite of attorneys that you have available to you to use as needed. They have 24-hour service. They can do litigation, power of attorneys, living will, and a lot more. The ID Shield helps protect you against identity theft. They monitor the dark web and your credit report to make sure nobody is accessing your information. What needs to happen next? So you do need to complete an enrollment form, which I'll bring up here. That enrollment form needs to come back to us by the 9th, we said. So I'll bring up the enrollment form so you can take a look and see what it looks like and what needs to be completed. And so we already talked about the MetLife form. Again, if you're enrolling for the first time and want to keep your coverage, that's what you're going to complete. This is going to be your enrollment form, and it's going to be a fillable form. So we need your information here, A, B, C, everything completed. If you are waiving, please complete section A, F, and G for waivers. All others indicate what box, what you want to enroll in, what level you want to enroll in. Make sure that you provide us with your dependent information if you're enrolling dependents, and of course your personal information here. You're also going to have other forms that are going to be attached. Those are going to be voluntary coverages, including the MetLife forms. So you're going to have this, that's going to be included. So the first form here is for your flexible spending account, or FSA. That's the $2,500 that you set aside. That's front loaded on that card, ready to use. Your HSA, you have to enroll via your UMB website that's on your benefit guide. This is information on how you enroll in the Legal Shield and ID Shield. This is information on the pet health care and how you enroll here. You need to focus on the AZ California plans, and then these are the costs there. And then you go to the website and you can enroll there. And then we discussed the EAP already. So again, if you have any questions, please contact your HR representative, Priscilla Martinez, at pmartinez@cbra.com. All the forms need to be completed and returned by December 9th. Thank you so much for your time.